Hello dear students. So in previous two videos I have explained my childhood, two passages I have explained. So today I will explain from passage number 3, okay, paragraph number 3. The Second World War broke out in 1939 when I was 8 years old. Means here Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam explained about it when he was 8 years old. So at that time the Second World War happened, means 1939 it was going on, okay. So for reasons I have never been able to understand, a sudden demand for tamarind seeds erupted in the market. So at that time the demand for tamarind seeds, it was in high level, and he did not understand why it was demanded everywhere, means why everybody was asking for tamarind seeds. So he did not know the reason why it was, means why the people were asking about the tamarind seeds. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to a provision shop on Mosque Street. So at that time he did not know the reason, but he used to collect the seeds, and what he did with that, he just sold it where? To the provision shop on Mosque Street, okay. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. Princely sum means generous amount, means as he collected, how much he collected the tamarind seeds, it gave him a very good amount. A very good amount means a generous amount, okay. With the help of that selling, he just collected some amount of that, okay. So a day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. My brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. So now my brother-in-law Jalaluddin would tell me stories about the war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Now he said about his brother-in-law Jalaluddin, who always used to tell the stories about the war. Second World War was happening in 1939. It was going on at that time. So he told about the stories of Second World War. What was happening at that time? So whatever he was told by the Jalaluddin, he just read it out from where? In newspaper, and that newspaper was Dinamani, okay. That attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Our area being isolated was completely unaffected by the war. Our area being isolated means nobody used to go there. It was just isolated. Nowadays you can find out that if anybody is suffering from corona, so he just used to live in alone, means he just become isolation, okay, isolated area, okay. So our area being isolated was completely unaffected by the war, means it was not affected. But soon India was forced to join the Allied forces, and something like a state of emergency was declared. But after, it was not affected, means his area where he was living at that time, it was not affected. But after some time, it was, means India was forced to join, means at that time Britishers were living in our country, they were ruling in our country, and they just forced to India to join this war. And unfortunately, unwillingly, our India just joined this force, okay. And at that time the emergency was declared. The first casualty came in the form of the suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. And what the result we found? What was the casualty that happened at that time in 1939? What was that? That was the suspension of train. What the train was going from that Rameshwaram station, it was suspended. It was suspended means casualty came in the form of suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station, means the train which was always used to halt at that station, it was suspended due to Second World War. The newspapers now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanuskodi. The newspaper now had to be bundled and thrown out from the moving train. Before that, when the train used to stop at the Rameshwaram halt, so the people who were distributing the newspaper, they just used to go there and collect the bundle of the papers and they distribute in the town area. But now what happened when the train was suspended due to Second World War, it was thrown out from moving train, and where it was thrown out, between the Rameshwaram to Dhanuskodi, between this way, between these two stations, it was thrown out. What was thrown out? The bundle of paper, bundled and thrown out from the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanuskodi. It was just thrown out from there. But when the train used to halt at the Rameshwaram station, the people always used to go to collect the bundle of the newspaper. But now, due to Second World War, the train was suspended. Suspended means it could not stop over there. So it was just, the bundle of paper was just thrown from the moving train between Rameshwaram road to Dhanuskodi road. Okay, that forced my cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspaper in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and as if naturally I filled the slot. I told you that when the train used to stop at the Rameshwaram halt, so he used to collect the papers. Who? His cousin, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's cousin Samsuddin. He used to collect the papers and used to distribute the papers in Rameshwaram town. But now, when the train was suspended, so he needed a helping hand. So he became helping hand of his cousin brother Samsuddin. Okay. Samsuddin helped me earn my first wages. Means he helped him and he took help. His brother Samsuddin took his help, but not free of cost. He had given some money. So because of that only, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said that Samsuddin helped him earn my first wages. Means because of Samsuddin, he was able to earn his first wages in his life. Okay, half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride. Now, yes, definitely, if you will earn your first wages, your first salary, or anything else which is just earned by yourself only, that will be memorable moment for yourself. Okay, so just like that, it was his memorable moment for his life that he had earned in his life first time. So still means when he was alive, so he was remembering those days when he earned that money. Now let's see the fourth paragraph. Every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. Now, so in this line he wanted to tell that every child is born with some inherited characteristics. Some are God gifted. Some are God gifted means like into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. Like every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic. Means now he explained about that every child is born with some specific characteristics. Like into a specific socio-economic means like a social, like he was very social, like some people are there that they don't know what is happening in society, and economics means like related to your money, means how can you manage all the things, and emotional environment means you are just attached with your family, you are just attached with your neighbor, you are just attached with your teacher or parent, means everyone, means this is emotional environment, and trained in certain ways by figures of authority, means if you are born in a nuclear family, so there you will get different thing. If you are born in joint family, so there you will get different tradition, different sanskar. Okay, so you will get different things in different ways in different society. I inherited honesty and self discipline from my father. Now everybody just believe that their father is the ideal, their mother is the ideal, their brother is the ideal. Okay, but here he said that he got the honesty from his father. He got the honesty as his father was honest, so he said that I inherited honesty and self discipline from my father, means he knows how to be disciplined and how to be honest because of his father was. So he got all these things from his father. From my mother, I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness. Now in first paragraph it is explained now that he doesn't know, means he didn't know that how many people used to come over there to eat. Even if they eat together with family, then also he is unable to count it, that how many people are coming to eat. It is because of what? It is because of his mother, means his mother is what? Very kind, very goodness and very kindness. So he learned this quality from his mother, and so did my 3 brothers and sister, and I was not alone to learn this. My 3 brothers and sisters also learned this. I had 3 close friends in my childhood. Now he explained about his childhood friend. And who were the childhood friend? Ramanand Shastri, Aravindan and Shiv Prakashan. There are 3 friends, Ramanand Shastri, Aravinda and Shiv Prakashan. All these boys were from orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. As children, none of us ever felt any difference among ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. Here, he had 3 friends, Ramananda Shastri, Aravindan and Shiv Prakash. And these all 3 friends belong to orthodox Brahmin family, who never believed to go in any religion like other religion. But here, they were very fast friends, they were very close friends. So as children, none of us ever felt any difference among ourselves because of our religious difference and upbringing. They never feel anything, any difference. They never feel that all 4 children, means 3 friends and he also, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they all 4 never felt any difference among themselves. Because what? Because of their religious differences and upbringing. Okay. In fact, Ramanand Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. And now he also said that his first friend Ramanand Shastri, who was the son of Ramanand Shastri, and Ramanand Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri. He was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, and he was the high priest of Rameshwaram temple. So now you can think that how could they become a friend? How could they be a friend? Means one is Mohammedan and one is Pandit. Later he took over the priesthood of the Rameshwaram temple from his, and after that Ramanand Shastri became the priesthood, means he took charge of that temple. from father. Okay. Now, Aravindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Okay, here Aravindan, Ramanand Sastri, he took the charge of priest of that Rameshwaram temple. But what about another two friends, Aravindan, he had started his own business, and what was his business? Arranging transport for visiting pilgrims. And Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railway. Means Ramanand Sastri became the priest, Aravindan who was just arranging transport for the visiting pilgrims, and the last Shiv Prakashan just became a contractor of Southern Railway, means where he used to serve the food, means manage the food. Okay. Now coming to the paragraph number 5. During the annual Sri Sita Ram Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple of the marriage site, situated in the middle of the pond called Ram Tirth, which was near our house. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of the prophet were the bedtime stories. My mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. Now, there is some picture. There is a picture, so you can see this. See this picture. They were just carrying the idols of Ram. Okay. Mohamjan Pandit. Okay. Now you can see the picture. Coming to the paragraph number 5. Our family used to arrange boats for carrying idols. Okay. Now, during the annual Sri Sita Ram Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple of the marriage. Means here, during the annual Sri Sita Ram Kalyanam ceremony, actually when the festival was there, okay, when the Sita Ram Kalyanam ceremony was there, so his family, means Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's family, always used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site. Okay, from one place to one place, his family arranged what? His family arranged a boat, and which is just a special boat, a special platform, so that he could carry the idol of the Ram from one place to that marriage site. Okay, situated in the middle of the pond called Ram Tirth, which was near our house. Now he also described about that where it was. So he just carried from the middle of the pond, that is called Ram Tirth, and it was situated near his house. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of the prophet were the bedtime stories. My mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. So in bedtime means going to sleep. At night time, his grandfather or his mother always used to tell the story of Lord Rama from Ramayana, and they always used to tell the story of prophet. So this was the explanation of paragraph number 5. So in next video I will explain next paragraph. Thank you so much.